अब क्या फर्क पड़ता है बात कितनी पहले, जो करना है वो तो करना है।
आपकी हम सबकी फेवरेट साक्षी तनवर्स brand new show My just dropped on the weekend on Netflix and already ratings are sky high. But naturally, because the Sakshians, the fans of Sakshi Tanwar are so excited, and rightfully so, because she is that one artist जो कभी भी disappoint नहीं करती है. जब भी she is on screen, she lights it up, and whenever we get to interact with her, she lights up our life. Sakshi Tanwar, our dear darling Sakshi, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you, guys. Anything for you guys.
And we mean it when we say thank you for making time for us, because we are also vaguely aware of your current schedule and how bananas it's going because of the drop on Netflix. How many people have you spoken to today?
I don't know. I've lost count, Jaggu, very honestly, because we've been doing this for many days now. And this has been as hectic as the shoot itself, honestly. And somewhere, I've lost focus because I've been saying the same thing over and over again. How was the role? How did you prep for it? And like all the other questions.
We won't ask you those questions because we don't know. You rarely ever have to prep. You get into character and then bas andar se aa jata hai. So we know. However, I'm aware that, so Jaggu, as an actor, you often, sometimes you get to do shows that you're very excited about. Sometimes baad mein you're like, but you have to obviously be like, yeah, as long as calm mila. And you can tell when an actor is very excited about it. And I know, Sakshi, ke इस शो को लेके पिछले साल से you have been quite excited because it काफी challenging रहा है. You've learned how to do doctory because you're playing a quasi nurse doctor, so injection लगाना and all that she's learned. Scooty चलाना सीखा, which is like you don't even ride a cycle, no?
Yeah, I don't, and all this was part of the prep. In fact, this was one role जिसके लिए बहुत सारी मेहनत और तैयारी करनी पड़ी, because ये सब चीजें ऐसा नहीं है कि आप ऑर्गेनिकली जाके सेट पे कर दो कि इंजेक्शन उठाया और भरा और लगा दिया. There's a certain way it has to be done, और उसमें एक आनी चाहिए efficiency कि आप काफी टाइम से ये करते आ रहे हैं, तो it should not look like that you're holding the bottle for the first time and हाथ कांप रहे, ऐसा ना हो. तो उसके लिए तैयारी की थी. तैयारी काफी जो है घर में जितने गुड्डे गुड़ियां थे उन पे लगा के, और जो एक आती थी नर्स मुझे ट्रेन करने, वो अक्सर आके बोलती थी कि कोई भी पुरानी सब्जी दे दो. तो कभी वो शिमला मिर्च होती थी, कभी वो कोई और खीरा होता था, बिकॉज वो चीज आनी चाहिए ना कि वो फटाक से गई नीडल अंदर और आपने वो किया,
मना एक्सपर्टीज से.
तो वो बहुत जरूरी था. और सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी था कि वो कॉन्फिडेंस आना चाहिए चेहरे पे कि वो नया नहीं लगे कि आप वो कर रहे हो. ये फिर भी हो गया, बट स्कूटी वो समथिंग जो मतलब काफी उसने मेरे हाथ पैर फुला दिए, बिकॉज मुझे कुछ भी नहीं आता चलाना. quite bad at these things. और मुझे लगता है जो लोग गाड़ी चला सकते हैं वो काफी मतलब सुपर ह्यूमंस हैं, that they can, all their faculties are working together. मेरा तो नहीं चलता है इतना, मेरा तो एक ही तरफ दिमाग चलता है. So I learned and the lockdown happened, the first lockdown. So actually हमारी तैयारी 2 साल की है ताना, because we started shooting for it in March 2020, and I started learning scooty only in Feb. बिकॉज उससे पहले जैन में मैं कुछ और शूट कर रही थी, तो वो खत्म हुआ और फरवरी में मैंने शुरू किया. मार्च में हम लोग गए लखनऊ और 3 दिन की शूट के बाद लॉकडाउन हो गया. एंड आई नेवर गॉट टू इवन लाइक होल्ड द स्कूटी देयर. एंड उसके बाद 8 महीने का लॉकडाउन हुआ, एंड देन वी ओनली रिज्यूम शूटिंग इन जनवरी. और जनवरी में कोविड का तब तक इतना दिसंबर 2020, और इतना ज्यादा डर था कि हमारी कोई वापस से रिकैप जैसा नहीं हुआ स्कूटी का. तो एक दिन सेट पे मुझे दे दी गई थी और तो लगा मैं नाले वाले में गिरा दूंगी, कुछ कर दूंगी. लाज रख ली भगवान ने. मतलब
हाँ.
जो मुझे मार्क दिया गया था वहां तक मैं ले आई किसी तरह, बट ऑफ कोर्स रोड एंड ऑल वाज लाइक नॉट पॉसिबल, और वो काफी कुछ बाद में हट भी गया था टू कीप द पेस ऑफ द ड्रामा इंटैक्ट. सो दैट वाज देयर, एंड ऑफ कोर्स साइन लैंग्वेज भी थोड़ी
Yeah.
सीखी बिकॉज आई हैड टू कम्युनिकेट. तो जो मैंने तो बहुत लिमिटेड सीखी बिकॉज जितना बेटी के सीन्स की रिक्वायरमेंट थी उतना ही किया. बट या ऑल दीज वर पार्ट ऑफ द प्रेप. इसमें तो
And
बहुत
And
ज्यादा कि
also,
usually कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता.
how
and
did you
also
practice being
certainly,
violent? Jaggu, did you see her? She's doing all like action
I was
sequences.
about to ask. We're not giving anything away because it's in the trailer itself. I am yet to see a Sakshi Tanwar character bump people off, but in this trailer I have. So and that's a new. That's fine. I mean, different roles, pushing yourself as an artist, all of that is fine. But I'm sure it takes some sort of mental makeup and some sort of mental prep to
Yeah, so
literally display violence.
yes, it does. And honestly, जब शुरू में मैंने पढ़ा था, and I met our creator and the showrunner Atul Mongia, and he asked me, how did you like the script? And I said, I'm very scared because it was very demanding in a lot of ways, emotionally, physically. मतलब I had to do a lot. तो मुझे बहुत घबराहट हो रही थी कि कैसे मैं ये सब कर पाऊंगी. And we did a lot of workshops with other actors, with Atul sir. उसमें हमने यही काम किया जग्गू, कि हमने एक तरह से उसका जो मेंटल मेकअप है उसको फिगर आउट करने की कोशिश की कि व्हाट इज शील एंड हाउ विल शी रिएक्ट इन सर्टेन सिचुएशंस. इनफैक्ट मेरा जो सबसे पहला इंटरेक्शन हुआ था अतुल सर के साथ, दैट वाज अ मॉक शूट. So it was an audition by way of a mock shoot where they gave me the two most difficult sequences from the series and they said, hey, let's do these.
अच्छा, first
And
off यही करते
yeah,
हैं.
so and उस टाइम पे मुझे स्टोरी का भी कुछ अंदाजा नहीं था. मतलब I knew the one line of the story but I did not know the graph and all. And I had gone just with the intention that I'm getting to do a workshop with Atul Mongia, and I'd heard a lot of good things about it. And I was like, I wasn't sure whether I'll land the role because I was like, Netflix, and you have a perception कि पता नहीं whether I'll get it or not. तो मैं गई थी मजे करने की, मैं workshop करके I'll come back. And they quite liked what happened in the workshop and what they saw, and फाइनली मैंने किया. लेकिन बहुत वर्कशॉप्स किए हमने एक्टर्स के साथ, अतुल सर के साथ, जहाँ पे हमने यही फिगर किया कि हाउ आर वी गोइंग टू मैप दिस, बट अल्टीमेटली व्हाट यू सी इज व्हाट वी ऑर्गेनिकली डिड ऑन द सेट ऑन दैट वेरी डे. बिकॉज थोड़ी सी हमने मतलब उन सीन्स के लिए प्रेप जानबूझकर नहीं की, बिकॉज देन यू लूज द rawness or the organic
and the spontaneity. Correct.
हाँ, how to do it. So I'm glad that the directors, I mean Anshay sir and Atul sir, they of course briefed me and then they let me be.
I mean,
Which is the way you like it.
But also how would I know Atul is making his debut as a director in this show, and you're considered one of the Manjawa actors and all. How much would he really be able to say, ma'am, aise karo?
Almost everything, Tarana.
Really?
Because as an actor you have a certain style of doing things, and आपका एक तरीका हो जाता है सालों के काम करने के बाद, where you feel कि सब आप इमोट कर रहे हैं, एक्सप्रेशंस आ गए फेस पे, आपने फील कर लिया, शायद कभी आंसू भी आ गए, कुछ भी हो गया. But then both Atul sir and Anshay sir, they would come and tell me that let's try doing this differently.
Wow.
So they would come up with a completely different take on the whole thing, and of course they were seeing it from a very different point of view. I was just seeing it as Sheel's point of view, but they really helped me. So sometimes I used to wonder, really, I mean, okay, let's do it, and I would not be convinced, but after the scene was over I would feel ki, yeah, why didn't I think of this way to do the scene. And some of the scenes are completely different from what I as an actor would do it otherwise. Yeah,
How
so I
fantastic.
give them full credit. Yeah, yes.
Well, Jaggu, I don't know if you've managed to see any of it, but मैंने मतलब अब तक 1.5 episodes देखे हैं. And it was very difficult to tear myself away from the show to talk to you, because if it were anybody else,
Sakshi is interrupting your TV watching.
Yeah, like she's literally frozen on my screen right now in a very dramatic scene, and it's literally, and I know 6 episodes hai, and it's so tight, yeah, and it's very bingeable, and everything is very, very nice and natural. And I don't know how, when you're not doing it naturally, you're saying, you're actually following a different perspective, and I don't know how you're making it look like that, because it's very good, and it's not just you. I mean, everybody in every
yeah,
scene.
So that I think it's the directors, yeah. So because they really kept us in so many times. Also, you know what, Tarana, like we shot this over 2 years. So we started shooting in March, and then there was a lockdown. Then we shot in December, Jan, Feb. Then again there was a lockdown. Then we resumed in August. So हम लोगों के लिए इतनी scattered shoot थी that sometimes we would not feel that, you know, this what character are we in, because एक पहले का character 1.5 साल पहले किया था, and then we are doing the next scene after 18 months. So it was quite difficult. So that way, I think the directors kept us in the character.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask. How did you manage the disconnect?
I think COVID did it for us.
No, fair enough. But then when you go back to a shoot, what is it that you had to do, or the directors had to do, the team together had to do to sort of have you feel the continuity?
Ideally, Jaggu, the ideal way to do it कि आप वर्कशॉप्स करो, आप अपनी प्रेप करो और आप शूट करो, और आप 2-3 महीने लगातार शूट करके यू डन विद इट. हम लोगों के साथ ऐसा हुआ नहीं, बिकॉज आवर शूट्स वर इंटरप्टेड और लंबे लंबे गैप्स थे, तो बहुत कम टाइम होता था और हर वक्त इतना प्रेप का टाइम मिला नहीं. सो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग कि कई बार हमको लगता था कि हम ठीक भी कर रहे हैं कि नहीं. आई मीन, इज इट in sync with the graph? But I think the mental mapping जो हम लोगों ने की थी workshops में, that really helped. So somewhere we knew that like Sheel of episode 1 will go from A to H or whatever, and then Sheel of episode 2, and then Sheel of episode 6 is somewhere else. So I was, I think, just drawing references from my graph and doing it, of course, with the help of the directors and the other actors also. All of us felt difficulty in connecting when we would regroup, you know, to start the next schedule. But I hope we've been able to sort of get there.
But you have. We
I
don't.
have no doubt.
I haven't noticed any disconnect, and I'm a really fussy watcher, because I needed to feel very real. There are many times you have said, तुम ये वाला शो जरूर देखना, वो वाला रहने दो, पता नहीं तुम्हें पसंद आएगा या नहीं. So you, like she'll like say, forget it, don't watch this one. You'll think it's too like silly, but watch this one, it's very good. But this, it's really good, and you don't realize कि इतनी मुश्किलों का सामना करना पड़ा है, इतने like difficulty से ये shoot किया है, because it's tight, it's interesting. The mystery is alive, even though you kind of figure out who are the bad guys initially, but you don't know the why. And I'm hooked, and I'm like dying to finish watching it. But so, is this one of the shows that you would call all your friends and say, "Dekho"?
I would, because मैंने बहुत दिल से काम किया, बहुत मेहनत किया. It has been very challenging also, and it shows me in a completely different light. It's something that I've never done before. So I would want my friends and you know, my fans to see this side of an actor, which I have never got a chance to show. So for that reason, of course, I would want, and this is a different take on motherhood, and you know, the story, where it's set and what happens through the journey. So that, I think, also is something I would want them to see.
Sakshi, are you someone who would watch it yourself, or as an actor, do you disconnect? And I think I know this from before, that I can't watch myself on screen.
No, no, I don't watch it after the takes, and I don't watch it like this also. I mean, I start feeling अरे ये ऐसा कर देते वैसा कर देते, and उसमें पूरा मजा चला जाता है देखने का, and I'm overcritical of my work anyway. So, and there is nothing that you can change while watching it.
Sure.
Because you're seeing the
Sure.
final product. So मैंने देखा नहीं है. I've seen few scenes in the dub, and I thought कि अरे यार, I should have done it, in a different way or whatever. And then I feel I'm a very underconfident actor that way. I feel कि कुछ कर देते और या समझ नहीं आता, and I'm never satisfied with what I have done. So it's best that I don't watch it.
Well, this is one of those shows I think you would be proud to watch, and you'd probably able to go through like quite a bit without saying, "Ooh, I should have done that differently," because we honestly couldn't find any fault so far.
Great. Watch all the episodes, then let me know.
हाँ जरूर. And as we let you go, I must ask you, अब घर में, because I know you live with the parents and all, are you now the new doctor in the house doing the blood pressure and the injections and all?
No, I think I have been doing that for many years now at home already. So blood pressure वगैरह तो I'm a pro. मतलब my mother is a heart patient, and उनका blood pressure का हमेशा problem रहता है, तो वो तो मैं बहुत time से करती आ रही हूँ. But of course, I still don't have the confidence to give an injection or anything, despite the training. I think I'm pathetic at it. I don't have the heart actually to do it, because उसमें आपको बहुत clinically करना होता है, and when it's your parents and when it's your family, तो हाथ पैर कांपने लगते हैं. I don't think I can do it.
And for your birthday,
Sakshi,
should we all buy you a scooty or no?
Oh, no way.
सेट वाला आप घर नहीं लेके आए?
wanted to sit with me and said, "Mama round दिलाई." Yes, Mama round कभी नहीं दिलाई.
Now, Sakshi, final question. We know that you like to take your breaks in between, decompress, spend time with family. But I'm sure with the lockdown also, there have been a lot of people that have approached you and things like that. What do we expect to see you in next, or the next few, if you already have a list?
I just shot for one film with Tahira Kashyap. That's a debut film, Sharma Ji Ki Beti. That should come sometime this year. And there is Prithvi Raj with Yash Raj Films. So I have a small cameo in that also. So, but I've already shot for it. All these were shot through the pandemic, through the lockdown.
Okay, lockdown.
So, but they'll all come sometime this year. But as far as what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to take a big holiday and take a break, and then come back and see if I want to do something or what. I don't know.
And how is Ditya reacting now to you? Suddenly leaving the house for longer stretches, because she was very tiny during the lockdown and आदत पड़ गई कि अब तो मम्मी घर ही रहती हैं.
But listen, she started going to the school before I started stepping out for promotions, so it worked for me. Yes. So I was like you have to go to school, Mama has to go and do this. So she's understood that this is work. It has to be done.
Fair enough.
Super.
That's a good equation to have.
Yes.
Sakshi, thank you so much for this, as always. And always, we know that there is going to be tremendous feedback and comments and all of that. So we will most certainly pass them on to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jaggu. Thank you, Tarana. Thank you. I'm glad we could do this today.
We're very pleased that we could do this today. As always, now you tell everyone, please like this video and follow these guys, and bell icon bolo tum hamare liye.
Acha, to please guys follow the bell icon and like Jaggu and Tarana show, and jitne likes ho sake likes de do.
हाँ, and सबको अपने पूरे परिवारों को WhatsApp कर दो ये वीडियो.
और सब पूरे परिवारों को WhatsApp कर दो ये वीडियो, वायरल कर दो.
Fantastic.
वायरल कर दो, वायरल is very good. साक्षी मैम
वायरल कर दो. नहीं, वो तो आप हो इसलिए ऑटोमेटिकली हो ही जाएगा. So that's not the issue.
But you're a star. Thank you very much. And as a viewer of your episode and all, हम दोबारा fan हो गए तुम्हारे.
Oh, thank you. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you
Take
soon.
care. Best of luck.
See you.
Thank you for watching, guys. Please, in the comments, flood her with love. I promise we will take screenshots and send it to her because she's really not on social media. But we promise we send it. Sakshi, tell them we yakinan I send you all those like messages.
Yes, Tarana, keep sending me. In fact, वो बहुत अच्छे से regularly अच्छे से screenshots लेके भेजती रहती है. And that's how मुझे पता लगता रहता है कि आप लोग कितना प्यार देते हो हमें. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Okay, bye.
Hi,
Bye. Thank you.